Hello guys. Okay, today is going to be day 2 of our training, and you may hear my voice, it's a little bit off, but I'm so much better right now. So if you are watching the replay, please don't forget to put hashtag replay so I know that you are watching. Let me know where you are tuning in from. And I'm going to give you ladies a few minutes to come on because I know I am late, guys. I'm so sorry. If you are coming on live, please just say hi. Let me know where you are tuning from. I can see Paz, give me a little sum up. Thank you, thank you. So I'm sorry I'm late. I had to figure out, kids and stuff because today I have all of the 5 kids and it was just a bit crazy. So ladies, say hi. Let me know where you are tuning from. And today we are going to cover an important topic, but it may, it's a topic that can be a little bit like kind of dry, compared to what we did on day 1. So, but please just try to really stay present because this one thing could make a whole difference for you on your fertility journey. And the subject today is toxicity. It's not something that we talk about a lot unless you are listening to like more alternative kind of doctors. um, Otherwise, if you are in the conventional, if you, so far you have chosen the conventional route, we don't talk too much about, the doctors don't talk too much about toxicity. Hey Jennifer, thank you for being here. So I was saying I'm a little bit late. I had to figure out the kids and stuff, but I am here and a lot better. You can still hear a little bit. Hi, thank you, Paz. You can still hear a little bit my voice, being a little bit weird, but I am much better. So guys, before we get into the training, and just I really want to again say how important this training is. Hi, Kadim. Yeah, for you it's the evening. For me here it's like early afternoon. This topic is so important for you, for your health, for your ability to conceive, and for the health of your baby, and for the health of all of the next generation. That's how important this subject is. And you may think that I'm exaggerating a little bit, and I'm not. Okay, this is how important it is. So ladies, let's just recenter ourselves before we start. Let's just take 1 minute. Take a deep breath in through your nose, exhale through your nose. Ground yourself into Mother Earth, bringing yourself very present into your body. And bring this intention again to really get exactly the peace that you need from me today. Having this intention for you to be very present and to be able to get the exact peace you need on your fertility journey. So, really having this intention for yourself, and try to cut off any distraction. Try not to get into, oh, I already know this, I don't need to hear, to listen. You are here, there is a reason for that. Just trust me. Okay. So before, I would like to start with giving you a little bit, some numbers. Have you heard that there is a study now? It's a study that's a few years old now. Have you heard that they found over 250 chemicals, around 280 different chemicals in newborns' umbilical cord? Let's just feel like, think that in for a minute, over 250, more around like 280 different chemicals, a bunch of them being like known carcinogen. Oh my God, I have a hard time with this word. They are known to cause cancer. A bunch of them, are known to create issues, with neurological issues. And we found those in our newborn's umbilical cord. Can we say, oh my gosh, how is that possible? So number one. Number two, they say that a woman on average puts on her body around 168 different chemicals every day on average. So women, some will be doing more, some will be doing less. And some study even say 500, okay? So there is this big gap, but at the very minimum, 168, and some other studies say 500. In any case, even 168, it's a lot, right? So just picture that, putting on our body over 168 different chemicals every day. And that's not including what we ingest, okay? Just putting on ourselves, through our personal care product, our makeup and all those stuff. Okay, now, another number. Over 1 billion pound of pesticides are used every year in the US. Over 1 billion pound. I cannot even really imagine, how much it is, right? And a lot of these end up where? In the food you eat. So in the end, it end up where? In your body. Crazy. Okay, now let me see which one. Oh, there is another one. Yes. Now there is a study out there that also says that cleaning your home with typical and regular conventional household cleaning product is equivalent to smoking a pack of 20 to smoking 20 cigarettes a day. That's how that creates, kind of the same damage to your lungs. Crazy, right? And one last number, and then I'm done with my numbers, okay? But I really like to put things in perspective, because with toxicity, it's so easy to be like, you know, la la la, I don't see it, it doesn't exist, it doesn't affect my body. It's easy to go like that, to be like completely like, when you want to put your head in the sun, in the sand, so you don't see the truth. So it's easy to do that with toxicity, because it's not like mainstream media really. It's more like in the alternative, health, practitioner, but not the mainstream, and you don't see it. Okay, one last number, guys. There's supposed to be around 80,000 different chemicals that are being used, that exist, that have been made, man-made chemicals that exist, and out of those 80,000, 60,000 are being used without having been tested before, to see, are they harmful to our body. Whew, that's a lot of big numbers, right? Okay, now, toxicity. So what are toxins? So chemicals, right? We were just talking about that. Heavy metals. Put down, whatever you know about. Now, endotoxins and toxins that are created, generated from inside our body, from the pathogen and bacteria we have. And then one other thing that we tend to not think of as toxins, but what about radiation and EMF, from our cell phone, our electronic devices, the modem, all those things. Have you heard about the 5G and how, some people believe it's really harmful to the body? So a lot of different things, right? Okay, now, where are those toxins? Everywhere. We live in a toxic soup. We know that. It just is. Your food, your water, all of your personal care products, all of your cleaning products, your clothes. They use now flame retardant chemicals in your clothes, and you wear those clothes every day on your skin. Your bed, your mattress, your sheets, your, house, like the building materials, receipt paper, have aluminum. I don't know, the list goes on and on. It's just everywhere. Almost like everything you touch inside your house has some kind of chemicals in it. When we go outside, the air we breathe, it's just what it is. Okay, you know that. What can we do about it? And why is it so important? Why am I talking about that? And why am I saying it's such a big subject? Because those have affect the body negative. They really disrupt the body, especially our hormones. our hormones that are so, the balance with our hormones is so delicate. And all of those chemicals are very destructive to our body. They create inflammation, they create hormone imbalances, the body then uses fat to isolate these chemicals and these toxins so that it doesn't get harmed by them. So if you have like fat around your waist, you probably have a little bit of you have too much toxic burden, and your body is just trying to to keep those like encapsulated in the fat cells so they don't disrupt too much the body. If So here we talk about fertility, right? So your uterus, if your uterus is not like a pristine, very clean, how do you want to grow a baby safely there, right? And the uterus is really close to all our intestine and stuff, where we have a lot of waste, that gets accumulated, and our intestine being one way where we keep the toxins, getting down, your uterus can get affected. So it's so important for our health to look at it and start applying a lifestyle that is mindful of that. So guys, can you tell me what would be the main source of toxicity for you in your life? What do you think? And before I was really into this, I didn't know all of that. I knew there is pesticide in the food, but then I was, well, but you know what? My body is designed to take care of it, right? I knew that you don't want to breathe like carbon dioxide, and stuff, from car fume too much, right? But then again, it's like, well, again, I'm not sick, I'm fine. But here's what I learned, from all those years is, if you don't, you know, start being really mindful of it and apply ways to decrease your exposure and increase your ability for your body, the ability for your body to detox, you will. It's not like, am I going to get sick one day? It's just a matter of when, because it just accumulates in our body. And not just during this lifetime of ours, but we also get all the toxicity from our parents, from their parents and their parents. It's what we call generational toxicity. So it just accumulate and accumulate and accumulate, generation after generation. And my belief, my interesting point of view, is that that's one of the reasons why today people are so sick. Like 40-year-old, like 20-year-olds, like 10-year-old, because we've been to a point of so much accumulation inside our body that the body is just breaking down, you know. So it's not enough today to eat healthy, to be healthy, and to have a long, meaningful life. It's also very important to consciously support the natural detoxification of the body. Okay? It's just like on imperative. It's just what it is. Okay. By now I'm sure you understand how important it is, right? And the thing is, the more you can do that now for yourself, the cleaner the womb will be, the cleaner your eggs. If your partner does that too, the cleaner the sperm, so that then baby is not going to be born as toxic. And there is this idea that we all have, and it's very individual, okay? That's something that we want to understand. Someone may get affected faster and more than you, and you may be affected more than someone else, okay? It's highly individual. It's this idea that we all have a certain size bucket, or that is a tolerance we will have for toxins. And once this bucket is filled and it overflows, that's when the body breaks down. And a lot of things that can happen, we are like, what's going on? I have rashes here, I'm losing my hair, I'm fatigued, I have those black bag under my, bunch of stuff, and we are like, what's going on? Well, it could just be that now you are not, your tolerance is over when it comes to toxins, and your body is just starting showing, signs of breaking down. Okay, so what can we do? Because it's really more about, well, before what can we do, can you share again with me what are places that you can think of for toxicity? So I name a few, but let's go back, because that's important to be aware of those, right? So the way I like to go with it, I like to break down because it's always easier for the brain, right? Okay, so first let's look at what we put in our mouth, right? What we ingest. So all the food, drugs, if you take medications, and drinks. One easy way to start is, are you eating organic? And I know I talk to some people, yeah, medication. Medication is drugs, it's chemicals. Um, I talk to some of you ladies, and I know some of you believe like, organic is a fluke and stuff, but you know what? Organic is there is a standard, and it's supposed to be, you know, uh, regulated. So you have more chance to ingest less pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, and all of that if you eat organic. It's not going to be perfect, but you know what? It's better than conventional. So, an easy one thing to do when we talk about ingesting, so the food, do you eat organic right now? If not, that may be one thing that you want to think to start. It's expensive, I know. It's more expensive, again, for us with a family of four, or four, what am I saying? Family of six, sorry. It gets expensive, but um, how much do you value your health? Because we are looking at long-term consequences. Organic. What do you drink? If you drink water, what type of water are you drinking? Let me know, guys. Do you drink tap water or do you drink bottled water? There are pros and cons, and I would say there are a lot of cons with both of them. If we drink tap water, and we need water, water is so essential. It's very important to drink a lot of water. We know that. We are 75% water, right? Water is, it's everywhere in our body, so we need it. But if you drink tap water, do you know what's in your tap water, guys? Do you have any ideas? I remember there was a time where I thought, well, tap water should be safe, right? It's regulated and all of that. But you know what? Since I drink Kangen, I got more educated around water, and it's crazy the stuff that are in the tap water. It's like, oh my gosh, there is so much in our tap water. Um, you know, prescription drugs, heavy metal. Oh, I forgot, guys. Help me there. What do you find in your tap water? Of course, like, you can find, well, you have, chemicals, because they use some chemicals to keep the water clean, chlorine, of course, is one of them, but a lot of other types too. Anyway, it's pretty disgusting what there is in our tap water, and what you could do if you go on the EWG website and you look up where you live, you will be able to get a report on what's in your water, okay? If you live in the US, I'm not sure about outside of the US, guys, but I'm sure there are some kind of places where you can, see a report on the quality of the water. That's so important. So tap water has too much stuff in it, and then it goes through the pipes and stuff. And with water, water is amazing. I love water. It has a lot of how do we say it? Characteristic and stuff that we don't really know yet. It's like, we only know a little bit about the water, but water, one thing that we know is it carries information. So now if we go to plastic bottle, plastic water, the water will retain, information from the plastic and everything. That's why, we can bless our water. We can do a lot of things with our water to make it even more potent for us. But anyway, let's not go there today. So tap water has a lot of issues. Now, bottled water, the main thing is all of those plastic particles we find in our bottled water. So every time you drink your bottled water, you ingest some plastic particles, and we know plastic is a no-no. It's so, it's really, it's endocrine disruptor, and it messes up with our hormones. So we don't want plastic in our bodies, right? And there is plastic everywhere already, everywhere, plastic, plastic, plastic. Oh my gosh, it's so bad. So whenever you can be mindful of that, be mindful of reducing your plastic, around you. So that's the issue with plastic bottle. Okay, so what do I do now? If I cannot drink tap water, if I cannot drink plastic, what do I do? Well, an option is to use tap water, but to have a very good filter. And not only it's a good option for you, for your health, but it's also the right option for the environment, guys. I get so, I know I should not react like that because emotions and stuff. But anyway, I get upset, when I see people buying like those, like, small bottled water, plastic. They have, like, like cases of those. And where all of those bottles end up? They end up, in the oceans, in landfill and all of that. It's a good thing, it's a right thing to do for yourself, for your body, and it's a right thing to do for the environment, to be able to completely eliminate the use of plastic bottle. Get yourself a good quality filter, not just a Brita filter, okay? It's something that you want to spend money in, because it's about your health, and water is like one of the first thing that we need, okay? So it's like one staple in our life. So just invest in a good filter. My thing of choice, I have a filter, but I use also, it's a Kangen machine that I have. It's an ionizer, which gives me water that is alkaline, that has a lot of very beneficial properties, and that I can use also to clean my house, so that I can get rid of household cleaning products, all of those plastic bottles, and I can also not have to buy, water to drink. So I love my Kangen. If you want more information, just let me know. It's an investment, but you know what? It's so worth it, guys. You want to think of, you remember, it's a lot about how much do you value yourself in the end. And I think the self love is one of the biggest piece in the fertility journey. On your journey, at some point, you want to be really able to, you know, get that thing, how much do I love myself? How much do I value myself? And all that we are talking about right now, it's a form, it's an expression of valuing yourself and loving yourself. Are you putting crap in your body because you don't want to spend the extra money on organic, because you don't want to spend the extra money on a filter? I know it sounds a little bit harsh, but that's really what it is. Do you keep buying crappy food for yourself? That's a way of not showing how you are valuing yourself. If I value myself, of course I will be conscious of what I put in my body. If I value myself, I will be conscious of what I put on my body. If I value myself, I will be conscious of my environment around me. Can you see that? Okay, that was a little bit of tension here, but that's so important. So let's not spend money on stuff that don't show how much we value ourselves, but let's spend money on things that show how much we value ourselves. Okay, Caddy, so lemon water filter. Okay, lemon water is amazing, yeah, and a filter, great, okay. So that's an option, right? Having, a Kangen machine, a good filter, that you plug it up to your tap, to your faucet, and up you're good to go. And you know what? In the end, you will be saving money anyway, because you won't have to buy all those, water bottle anyway, right? Okay, we want to have the long game in mind. We want to have our long-term health in mind. The same way that when you invest money like that in a good filter, it's long game. Okay, it will save you money over time. Okay, let's start thinking long term, not short term. Okay, what else? So what we ingest? Okay, the food, the water, other drinks. I can tell you now, if you can get rid of any like bottled juices, all the Gatorade. I don't know what you drink. Let me know in the chat. Like, let you are being quiet. Just let me know what do you drink. What do you guys drink? For me, alcohol is not an issue because I've never had a taste for it. But if you drink alcohol, guess what? That's something that has to go. If you drink a lot of sweet drinks, like soda and stuff, has to go. Okay. In the end, you know, just water is great. Just water, maybe some nut milk. I like, my almond milk, and stuff like that a little bit. But that's it. We don't need to. And fresh juices. Yeah, okay. Kadi, so yeah, smoothie. So, okay, let's say that I'm not counting fresh, green juices or fresh fruit juice. And I'm not counting smoothie in that, okay? So, green juices, fruit juice that make yourself, smoothie, water, nut milk. That's enough, right? Uh, Tea, a little bit of tea. I have my tea here with my lemon and my honey because again I've been a little bit sick for the past few days. Okay. Now medication. Let's not talk about medication. I'm not a medical doctor, so I don't want to influence you. But of course, everything you put in your mouth has consequences. So just be aware of that. Herbal tea. Herbal tea are great. Yes. So what we ingest. Now what we put on our skins. All of your personal products, what your soap, your makeup, the cream, all of this. And there is so much available today on the market, my guys, when it comes to personal care product, cosmetics, and beauty product. It is crazy, right? There is so much. And do you need all of that? Let's be honest here. Let's be frank. You use organic product, great. It's good. Organic product is always better. But do we need, seriously guys, do we need all of those products every day? Do we need to put that much on our skin? Even if it's all organic and all that, it's great, but do you think your skin appreciate to have so much stuff going on it? If we go back to the fact that the body is just absolutely perfect, why would we need to put so much stuff on it? It's all, marketing. It's all, the consumerism. Anyway, we don't need that much. You know why? Because here's something I want you to understand. True beauty comes from inside. And I'm not talking about like, your intellect, your mind, or all of that. I'm really talking about like, like physical beauty comes from the inside out. From the inside out. So the healthier, cleaner you are inside, the more beautiful your skin will be. Let's take a minute here. The more you take care of yourself, of your health inside, the less you need cream and makeup and stuff. It's an inside out process again. Your skin will start having rashes, pimples, and all of those stuff when it's not going well inside. When there is just too much toxic, when the liver, for example, is becomes sluggish because it just handles too much toxins and stuff, you will start, having some rashes. The color, the elasticity and the firmness of your skin, all are factors. All are dependent on your internal health. So why not take care of ourselves inside rather than spend a lot of money on creams? So, I don't know if you can see, but my skin is pretty, I don't know if you can see. I have a pretty, I don't know, all people always, compliment me on my skin and stuff, So today I have makeup, okay? I don't have a makeup. I just have lipstick for you guys, to look pretty. But that's it. I don't wear any other makeup because it's just, I'm not, I don't know. I don't like makeup too much. So, and I'm lazy. I don't want to have to apply it anyway. But just, if you can see my skin, okay. I'm going to tell you my routine so you can see what I'm saying. This morning, I didn't put anything. My skin is just like, I didn't put I don't put nothing on morning. I don't have time. Okay, 5 kids. I don't have time on morning. So what I do, I just wash my face at night with just like a Castile soap. Like is it a Castile soap? Like one of those like very basic soap. You have the Savon de Marseille. Marseille soap, Castile soap. Just find a soap that doesn't have a bunch of stuff in it. You just want like basic ingredients, okay? As soon as there is too many ingredients and it's hard to read, it's hard to understand, forget about it. So a very basic soap, I do that at night, and then I put a little bit of my cream, which is organic, like all natural stuff, no paraben, no blah blah blah, and that's it. That's what I do for my face. I don't do anything else. And then for my body, I have to say I don't do anything because I don't take the time. If I had the time, maybe I would find a nice cream and do it like maybe once a week, but I don't take the time. So, and here, okay, my skin is pretty good. So it's not a matter of how much cream you put on. It's not a matter of how much makeup you put on. Again, it's about how healthy you are inside. Can you imagine how much saving you would make, like you would be able to do with that? Anyway, okay, so that's what we put on our skin. So be aware of all of your personal care product, beauty product, cosmetic products. If you want to have some, just make sure that you buy, as clean and clear as possible. No fragrances, because I know today they put fragrances everywhere in everything, even in the trash bag, guys. Last time I was buying my trash bag and I didn't pay attention. They was When I got home, I was, oh my god, they smell so strong. They were smelling like peppermint or whatever. But the thing is, all of those fragrances are they have phthalate, which is a type of chemical that's bad for our bodies. So all of those things that have fragrances, stay away from them. The candle. I know people love those scented candles. Those are not great for you. Another option, just use some essential oils and a diffuser. Essential oils are always better. That's what I have. I have a lot of essential oils. I love my oils. But I don't do any perfume. I don't use anything that have fragrances. And yes, my house doesn't smell as good as some people's house, or it's my okay. I have to say my kids complain because when I do laundry, I use my Kangen water. I have an option where I can choose a very alkaline, like 11.5, type of pH water, which which dissolve grease, which is great to wash clothes. So I tend to barely use any laundry product because laundry products are so disgusting, guys. Anyway, and when I use laundry product, they have it's like the all clear, like no fragrances, nothing. So my kids, they complain a little bit, like mom, my clothes don't smell good as my friend and stuff and stuff. And I like, but you know what? I rather have you have clothes that don't smell like so good, but at least they're not as bad for you. It's just that's my choice. They don't really like it, but that's my choice. Okay. So for example, with another thing like that, deodorant. Make sure that you choose a deodorant that's again clean. There are so many nasty things in deodorants like aluminum and stuff, and those are not good. Especially your armpits. It's where we have a lot of nodules, from the lymphatic system. So we sweat here, right? It's because it's a way to get rid of toxins. So you don't want to prevent that, and you don't want to put harmful chemical there. So that's another thing that I fight a lot with my oldest one, because she wants to have like very strong smell, very nice perfume deodorant, and we always fight back. Anyway, she's 15, so she doesn't get all of it yet, but she will eventually. But you know what I mean, right? So always be mindful of what you put on your skin. It's easy to be like, well, it's on my skin, so it's not inside of me. But you know what? Everything you put on your skin end up in your bloodstream, because we have pore, and it goes inside our bodies. So very important there. What was I saying? So nothing with perfume and scents. Same thing, not good for you. I know who essential oils are very good. Yeah, they're great. Who knew that all of those already? And what else, guys? So I was saying, your clothes, if you want to buy, like 100% cotton, would be better. Um, your sheets for your bed, organic sheets. So, the list goes on and on, okay? We are not going to go through all of that, it's too much. The list goes on and on. Just really start being mindful of it, okay? Okay, now, we've seen that. We know it's important to be mindful of all of that for your health. And yeah, organic tampon, perfect, Kadi. It's important for your health, and even more if you are having struggle with fertility. Again, not again, because I don't think I mentioned it. Okay, fertility is a normal function of a healthy body. I'm going to repeat that. Fertility is a normal function of a healthy body. A healthy body is a fertile body. Infertility is a symptom of a body that is off balance, that is not fully healthy. Okay? And I will add one more thing to it. Fertility, well, a healthy body and a healthy mind. Because we talk a lot about thoughts and stuff on day one, right? Healthy body, healthy mind, fertile body. So we want to look at our health, overall health, and not just be focused on your eggs quality, your ovaries and all of that, because that's how conventional medicine look at reproduction, reproductive system issues. That's not how I look at it. The reproduction system is just one system among our whole body, and if there is something going on there, it's because there is an imbalance in the whole body. We cannot just isolate one system in our body. It's all very interconnected. That's something important to understand, because we want to take like a big, like higher view, so we don't we don't lose ourselves into like just looking at one thing in the body. So the main question becomes not how do I improve the quality of my egg. The main question is not like, do I have enough of this, is my temperature da da da. The main questions becomes, what can I do to support my body so I can enjoy health, and then as a consequence of enjoying health again, my reproductive system will be working optimally. So can you see a little bit the difference here in the approach? Oh, there was something. So our main goal is to look at, yes, so let me back up when that's what I wanted to say. Let me show you the assumption here, right? The body is a self-regenerating and a self-healing organism. I think I say that on day one. It is intelligent, it is conscious. Okay? If the body was designed to be self-healing and self-regenerating, why do I have to do anything? Why is this happening then that I cannot have a baby? Why can I not get pregnant then? Well, what happens is we either have a lifestyle that will support our body self-healing capacity, or I'm going to have a lifestyle that is preventing the self-healing capacity to work optimally. So when I say lifestyle, it's going to be the food I eat, the toxins I'm exposed to, my sleep, my, like physical activity. Do I move my body every day? Do I not move my body? All of those things, the stress, of course, if you are very stressed all the time, it's going to hinder your self-healing ability, because the body needs to be in a rest and digest mode and not a flight or fight to be able to heal. So but the body is a self-healing organism. So as long as we can support it in doing its job optimally, it's going to self-adjust, and everything is going to work out to be functioning again in your body, right? So that's really the assumption here, which is that my role is to look at what choices do I make every day in terms of, again, food, thoughts. Your thought patterns are important. Your belief system are important. Do I believe that my body can heal? Do I believe that I need a doctor? Do I believe that I need medication to heal? What, again, your choices in terms of what I put on my skin, all of those, are they, again, supportive of the body or not? That's all that counts, guys, okay? So let's just go back to this basic thing. And that's it. We don't need to talk about a lot of different things. It's just what choices do I make every day to support my body self-healing ability. Okay, so reducing your exposure to toxins is one of those things that will be supporting your body's self-healing ability. On the other hand, not paying any attention to that and eating crappy food, putting a lot of like chemicals on your skins, all of that will block your self-healing ability, because the more toxins the body have to deal with, and the more it's slowed down its healing ability, because it has to deal with those toxins first. The body is intelligent. That's what I was saying, right? The body is conscious and it's intelligent. So it's always going to prioritize what it needs to perform for your survival. It's always going to prioritize your survival. So if you have a bunch of toxins into your body, it's going to prioritize this over, like, making sure that your ovaries are functioning properly. So reducing your exposure is one first step you can make that will make a big difference for your fertility. Why? Because it's going to make a big difference in your overall health. Okay, so how can we do that? Like I say, eat organic. Have a good filter for your water. Stop buying bottled water. Pay attention to what you put on your skin. Maybe reduce, the number of products you use. Reduce the number of products you use, but buy only very high quality products that are organic, free of, the parabens. Oh, I don't even remember the name because there are so many of them and they are so complicated, but all of those long names, And ewg.org website, again, is a great resource to look at the cleaner options for all of those, for personal product, cleaning products and all of these, ewg.org. So yes, buying less products but higher quality, using them less because you don't need to use as much. Just your skin, again, your body is perfect, so your skin has actually a natural film, to protect itself. So when we keep like cleaning it and washing it and putting products on it, we disrupt, the natural ecosystem of our skin. When right now with COVID, everybody is using antibacterial stuff everywhere. It's very disruptive, again, for the ecosystem of our skin. So being really mindful of all of those things. We are not here to be at war with microbes. We are here to take care of ourselves, so then our body can just defend itself against anything that is harmful to it. Another subject. Okay, let's focus. So reducing your exposure, so what you eat, what you put on your skin, and then what you breathe. Making sure that you replace all of your conventional cleaning product with maybe, white vinegar. You can find some recipe online, using white vinegar, baking soda. What else, guys? What are some natural cleaning thing? There is another one. Shoot, I missed it. I'm missing it. Anyway, find recipes online. You can use a little bit of essential oils if you want to do your mix, Or if you don't want to bother to do it yourself, because for example, I don't do it myself. I would love to be a more like do it yourself kind of guy, but I just can't. So I buy like cleaner version, and we have a lot of options today. Okay, you can find some in your supermarkets, and you can find some online. There are many great options online. Top of my head, I think Nexus is one of them. Melaleuca is one of them. There are a lot of options. Okay, if and I would love for you, if you know any, just share in the group for other people to see, because it would be nice to have a little database, of those options available. So do it yourself, or cleaner options available now. Okay, so that's to start decreasing our exposure. Your air quality inside your home. Buy some plants, guys. Plants are amazing, and they can filter the air for us. Buy some beautiful plants, and so that you can bring more green, more earth quality into your home too. Plants are great for that. What else? And then there is just so much on the subject. I want to go on and on, but one more thing I'm going to say is, make sure that your bedroom is like a sanctum, like a sacred space where you really go and are able to rest and heal at night for 8 hours. So make sure that you don't have any like fake, perfume and scents, in your bedroom. Maybe use again essential oils and diffuser. Try not to have any electronics in your bedroom, especially no cell phone on at night in your bedroom. What I do with mine, I just turn it off. If you really have to have it on because you use it as an alarm, although you can use some kind of old type of alarm too, but then you make sure that it's on airplane mode and do not disturb. Okay. And if you can have no electronic, you want to make your bedroom as your sacred space to rest and heal and conceive a baby too, right? Okay. So that was on how to reduce our exposure. Reducing our exposure is number one, because it's something that you can start today. One thing I always mention is, for example, ditching all of your plastic container that you use to warm up your food or store your food, and buy glass ones instead. It's something I did a few years ago. I bought a box at Walmart. It was not too expensive. So getting rid of the plastic, because you don't want to be warming up your food in plastic container in the microwave. Okay? So we want to reduce our exposure everywhere we can think about it, and it doesn't have to be like a big one-day project. It's something that you can start doing over time. One day you start, changing your cleaning product. One other day you start with your personal care product. However you want to do it, just tackle a little bit each week, so you don't get overwhelmed and then in procrastination mode. Okay. Now, the other part of that is, the next thing is, what can I do to support my natural detox ability? How can I support my body to support its natural detox function? Okay? Because again, the body is amazing. It's very well designed, so it has everything it needs to be able to, clear, filter toxins and get rid of them. It's so beautifully designed that it even have like several layers. So if never there is one pathway that gets a little bit clogged, there is always some another one. The body is just amazingly designed. But what happens is, with all of those chemicals today in the environment, the body is overwhelmed. Not only it is bombarded with more chemicals, with those Wi-Fi signals and stuff, but we also add to that stress, chronic stress. We add to that, our food choices that are not the best choices. And then we have like a perfect storm for our body to start not being able to detox properly. Can you see that? It's almost like, if we really are not mindful of that, we are going into the wall at some point. Okay, I don't like to be too alarmist, and but it's just what it is. So okay, so That's why we want to work on all of those aspects. We work on the stress on day one. Today we work on decreasing our exposure to toxins and supporting the natural detox process. Okay, how do we do that? So first we need to know that the body has different ways, different pathways to detox. One that we don't think a lot about is our lungs, with our breath. We detox through our breath. And what happens is, who can say that they really every day they really are conscious of their breath and do some mindful breathing? Who does that every day? Barely anybody. We tend to, it's a, this 90-year-old French naturopath that I did a training with. She's amazing. She's a 90-year-old, very sharp. She's like this tiny 90-year-old woman, but she's so sharp and smart, and she still works with clients and everything. It's crazy. And she say, today we breathe just through the tip of our nose, so just so that we don't die. We don't breathe to live. We just breathe enough so we don't die. And yet, breath is one of the most important um, thing that the body needs. When a baby is born, the first thing it does, it cries so it can breathe air. You can live days without food. You can live a few days without water. You cannot live more than, I don't know, like a few minutes without oxygen, right? So breathing is one of the main things that we have, and it's a way to detox. So whenever you can during the day, just try to remember to take a few deep breaths, breathing in and breathing out deeply, filling up the belly, filling up the thoracic cage, and then exhaling out. Because what happens is, when we breathe without thinking, we just like, it's a shallow breath. We don't fill up all of our lungs. And there is an amazing breath with Kundalini Yoga, which is called Breath of Fire for detoxification. I'll show you that another day. Okay, so the lungs, one of the detox pathway. The skin, another detox pathway, because we sweat, right? The sweat is a way to detox. We eliminate toxins. So taking a warm bath so we can sweat, using sauna, infrared sauna, great. Exercising, taking a walk, fast, running. I love Zumba. I'm a Zumba girl. When I go to Zumba, guys, I sweat like, it's crazy. So all of this is good, right? So it's the only one thing is to remember, if you can, just rinse off the sweat right away, because you don't want to let the sweat dry on your skin and all of these toxins, get reabsorbed into your body. So as much as you can, have maybe a towel so you can clean it off, wash it off, or take a shower right after you exercise. Okay. The skin, now the colon, when we poop out, it's a way to eliminate, our toxins, right? So the more we poop, um, if we have a lot of fiber in our diet, we help those toxins to stay in our digestive system and be pushed out, and be eliminated through the colon, so they don't get absorbed into our bloodstream. So eating a lot of fiber is great for that. Kidneys, with urine. And then the lymphatic system, which is an important one that we don't talk a lot about, but it's part of our detox pathway. And then I want to take a little bit of time to talk about one of the most important agent in our detoxification process. And it is, drum roll, it is the liver. So the liver is this amazing organ that perform over 1,000 of function for us. We don't even know it. And science, doesn't even, fully know all of it. But the liver is amazing, guys. But what we do, our lifestyle, will either make it more difficult for our liver to do its job properly, or our lifestyle can support the liver. So from now on, please show appreciation to your liver, okay? It's very underappreciated. So please show appreciation to your liver. You can, put your hands there. Your liver is on the right side of your body here. Put your hands there, massage slowly with love, and just say thank you, liver. Thank you for doing all of this for me. Okay? And what happened is the liver is here to filter toxins and help eliminate them. Everything that ends up in your bloodstream can get filtered through the liver. But it's not its only function. It's filtering toxins and uh, processing them is not the only function of your liver. So we want to not put too much load on it by again reducing our exposure. The less toxins we ingest, or through the skin anywhere, the less he will have to work to do that. We also want to make sure that we don't um, overwhelm it with the type of food we eat and what we drink. So if we drink alcohol, I'm sure not great for the liver. That needs to go. If you eat a lot of high fat, high protein, if you follow a high fat, high protein diet, it's going to be hard on your liver. The fat and the protein are just harder for the liver to process. When you eat a lot of fat, it just gets the blood thicker, and it's very difficult for the liver to filter and process. And I don't know if you heard of that, but have you heard about fatty liver, right? And then before that, you can have a sluggish liver, where the liver is just so overwhelmed that it becomes sluggish. It just, there is just so much it can do, poor liver, at one time, right? There is just so much it can do. So our job is to make sure that we have a diet that supports the liver rather than overwhelm it. And we want to make sure that we reduce our exposure to toxins so it doesn't have to work overtime for that. Okay. Let me see. What do I want to tell you? So now, when we talk about supporting the body, we can support it. One way to support the detox is, of course, reducing the exposure, like I said, and then making sure that the food we eat is clean and supportive of the liver, and that we can add some binders, for example, to help bind to toxins, so those don't end up in our bloodstream, but they can get eliminated. So things like spirulina is great. Zeolites, they're like little magnet that positively charged toxins and help them get eliminated. We can, again, if we increase the opportunities for us to sweat, that's a way to support our detox. If we do certain breathing techniques every day, that will help with the detox. So do you see that you can, it's a lifestyle. It's not just a one thing. It's not like okay, I'm going to do like a when we cleanse and everything is fine. Yes, we want to, because we have already so much accumulated into our body. If you have not been really too mindful about it, you have a lot accumulated already in your body. So we want to start cleansing this load, and on top of that, we want to start applying what we can call a clean lifestyle. It's a very broad way to say it, but a clean lifestyle where that includes everything I just said so far. Can you see that, guys? Do you have any questions? Because I know it's a tough subject. It's kind of dry, I feel, but at the same time, it's so important. So important for you. So important for your baby, and your children's children. For the next generation to come. It's so important. Why? Because yeah. Let me tell you a little bit about actually why am I doing all of that too? Because you I mean you would have to be blind to not see that today the kids are pretty it's very hard to see today kids who are really fully healthy. with no asthma, no eczema, no food allergies, no skin rash, no nothing. It's pretty rare today. And back then, like 50 years ago, it was the opposite. It was more rare to see kids, with a lot of, condition, right? Small or big, because it's not just small stuff. We see kids with diabetes, with cancer, and then we have all of the neurological disorders. There is this huge spectrum, with ADD, ADHD, autism, and all of those other names now. I don't even know all the names, but I forgot, Asperger and this and that and the pandas. There is just so much. It's almost like every year we keep hearing new stuff, new diagnosis and new stuff. And is it normal, guys? Should, you know, 3-year-old, 5-year-old, 10-year-olds have so many health issues? And yet today it's considered normal because, again, it's all of them. And mine included, okay? I'm not like, mine included. We have food allergies in the house, food sensitivities. We have one learning disability. And, guys, why is that? Why is suddenly those days, why is this like that? And so we can see the kids, right? And then we can see grown-ups with, like older, and when I say older, I don't mean like old, I mean like 20s and 30-year-old people, or 40-year-old, 50-year-old, whatever age, with a bunch of conditions that we didn't hear about 50 years ago. Why? And of course, it's never one thing, right? It's a combination of factors. But toxicity for me is one of the big one. It's almost like the one that's like causing most of it. And then of course, you have the stress and the food and all of that. Okay, but that's really how, my interesting point of view. And the more you can address that in your own body before getting pregnant, the more chances to have a baby that doesn't develop, all those conditions. A baby that grew up becoming a kid, an adult without all of those things. Because you have to remember, you pass down all of your toxic load to your baby. Your husband too, guys. It's not just you as a woman who carries a baby, your husband does too. So you pass on toxin through your eggs, your husband through his sperm, and then when you are pregnant, inside your uterus. Because again, remember, over 280 chemical in the umbilical cord. So we pass this down to our kids. So then they carry our toxic load, and then they go through life, adding to this. And then they go on, have kids. You see how it's just keep accumulating. And at some point we have to be like, stop, okay, no more. I'm doing something for myself, and at the same time I'm doing it for my children and their children. Okay? And that's really, a big thing I'm so big about, because it's our responsibility as women who want to become mother to do that work. The doctor is not going to tell you about that, and it's not going to help you with that. So it's really your responsibility to do this, to do the hard work, so that you can be fully healthy, you can be fertile and everything, and you can have a healthy baby. So that was that's really one of the things that got me into that too, because for me, I didn't know all of that when I had my kids. And then I realized, oh my gosh, if I had known better, right? It's not about blaming or judgment or whatever. It's just a fact. If I had known better. So that's why I want to educate other women before they have their children. Whew. So I was going there, and then one last piece maybe of this, because I know a lot of you have endometriosis and fibroid, cyst and stuff, and it's always, oh my gosh, I have all those conditions, in my reproductive system. Again, don't get lost into diagnosis and condition, because in the end it's all about one thing: supporting the body so that the body can heal itself. And toxicity is part of this equation of endometriosis and fibroid and stuff. So it applies. So one thing we need to do first is taking care of our toxic load, so that the body then has free energy, free resources to then go and heal itself. If the body is still, if the body is very toxic, it doesn't have the resources and the energy required to be able to fully heal itself. Okay. Shit, there was one last thing. What was that? I don't remember. I think I gave you a lot today already. I know it's a lot. And just one last thing. When we talk about detox, we want to make sure that the detox pathway are open first. We don't want to start pulling toxin out of the cells if you are not pooping correctly, because we want, if the system is clogged somewhere, if the pathway is clogged, then it just keeps building. So and then recirculating. So we want to make sure always that you are sweating, that you are breathing, that you are pooping, and we want to make sure that the liver is like not sluggish. So those needs to be addressed first before we can actually pull toxins out. And there are many ways to detox. Well, many ways. No, that's not true. But there are a lot of options out there. And the way I see it, I use I use food. I use I like to support the body naturally. More, better than taking a lot of supplements. And the way I do it, it's in steps, stages. So we take care of the liver first, and then we can use some other techniques. But I think that's it in terms of toxicity. Any questions, guys? Any questions? There was something else I wanted to tell you. I don't know. There is so much we can say about it, right? But there's stuff that you can start doing now, and then if you need support, because and it's all individual, right? Because we all have different bodies and stuff. So the way I work intuitive. I have like general guidelines, and then I also work with intuition. So I work intuitively, so I can design a customized plan for you in terms of the food, in terms of how we are going to do the detox and stuff. And that's important, because it's not a one size fits all, never. Okay, that's something to remember. So tomorrow we are going to talk about food, which is another big subject. But it's almost like everybody knows, that food is important and how you eat is important. But a lot of people tend to forget about this toxicity issue. And I like to take this image, guys. Imagine you have a house, and you are bringing in like very beautiful, expensive pieces of furniture, new pieces of furniture into your house. But the house is all like dirty, it hasn't been cleaned in like, a year. So it's dusty, there are spider web everywhere, it's dirty. Would you put your nice pieces of furniture into this dirty house? Probably not. You would probably do a big spring cleaning, right? Before you put your furniture in. So that's the same idea with, the body. If you eat like organic, you eat your produce, you eat your beautiful fruits, but then you never clean, your body has not been cleansed. Your body is full of toxins. Well, it's not going to do as much of good, as you think it would, right? And toxins will even impair your digestion and your ability to actually use all those beautiful produce and fruit. Oops, I have a seed of lemon in my tea. So cleansing is important. Cleansing, so we can start taking those toxins out, and implementing a clean lifestyle, so we don't keep adding and adding and adding, and we support the body all along the way, so the body can be like in its optimal ability when it comes to not just detox, but everything, right? Once the body is optimal, then you can have a baby, of course, because reproduction is just a normal function of the body. Reproduction is a normal function of a healthy body. That's it. Okay? Okay, guys, any questions? Any questions? I know that was a lot. That was a lot. What time is it, guys? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's been an hour already. And anyway, guys, if you have questions, just let me know in the comments. I will look at those later. Tomorrow will be all about food, and tomorrow we'll start also introducing a way I can support you in your journey through a group program that's called Sacred Womb. And it's this idea that again we have our body, but we are not just a body. We have emotions, we have thoughts, we have a soul, which is like more the spiritual stuff, right? So we have a lot. Well, we are a multi-dimensional being. That's really what it is. We live on different, on 4 dimensions. And health, again, remember, fertility is a normal function of a healthy body. Fertility is a normal function of a healthy body. So what we want to be healthy. That's our goal. And but we need to really address all of those dimensions of us, all of those layers. We need to address the physical body. We need to address, the mental, the emotional, the thoughts, the limiting belief. All of those parts are of ourselves, because all of those will really make you healthy or not. Because if I do all the right stuff for my body, but then I still have a lot of limiting belief around how much I can heal on my own. I have some stuck emotions in my body, and then I have physical manifestation of it inside my body. Just taking care of the body will not be enough. But then on the other hand, just having better thoughts and stuff, but not taking care of your body properly may not may not lead you too far. So it's really, what's important is really to address all of those aspects of ourselves. And that's really what that's really my I want to say that's really my they are said it's really my uniqueness, really bringing all of those aspects together. Because I do a lot with the body, but I also do a lot with rewiring the brain, clearing limiting belief, working with the thoughts, the emotions, and all of that, and even beyond that. But I want to talk about that today. It would be just so a lot of energy healing, because energy healing is a great way to support the body too, and it's very important actually. So anyway, so that's how I like to work on with all of those angles, and that's what I do in this group program. So anyway, ladies, I talk to you. I'll talk more about it to you tomorrow. And in the meantime, have a great rest of your day. If you have any question, let me know. And I love you guys, and I see you tomorrow. Bye.